Hello, Amir. You're first. Yeah, you managed to beat me. Hello. How you doing? You're good? That's good. I could do two things today. To work on the commission after this, but I'm a bit burnt out though. Or like tired. I need to go to the website to like block these bots, but I'm gonna just open it up real quick. I took art class today for the first time. Like in school or like an official arts class. Burnt out art wise, okay. Well, you burnt out art wise the day you took an art class? That's kind of it's kind of interesting. In school, okay, yeah. Let me just see the okay. The frame rates are okay. Shoots. A show that I want to watch is on right now. Oh well. Don't matter. I'm gonna close that. Close the internet. Oh wait, I'll have to reopen that. I also had a commission to do today. It took me 6 hours. That piled up with art class. Yeah. Well, all I'm gonna do to start with is I have some pencils. You can probably see the vague image. I'm gonna use a Bic pen and see if I can align these in a way that I like, because In the future, I'd like to see if I can use this and make a manga with just this. Maybe some other things too, but mainly Bic pen. You get a glove. All right, here. And I need my glasses. Where? Here. They're kind of dirty. Probably need to clean them. A couple issues still with Bic pen. It's oil-based ink, which means it becomes like reflective. And it sits on top of the paper fibers rather than soaking. Which makes it more prone to smearing if you don't let it dry long enough, or smudging when you erase it if you don't let it dry long enough. On the bright side, I grew 7 subs. Nice. Nice work. How's your video doing? Because you uploaded it yesterday, right? So how's the performance been? Hello, Zararo47. How you doing? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing great as well. Yeah, I got some comfort from some people, which was really unexpected. Oh, that's nice. My peeps talked to me on Discord saying that they understand, that they're proud of me for pulling through. Made me cry. Okay, so maybe they understood more than I understood. Or maybe, I guess you probably talked to them with more detail than with me, but yeah, that's good. That's nice. And I like that you answered it that way, instead of with numbers, because it gives an air of sincerity to the video. That it wasn't made for numbers, it was made to genuinely express whatever you were going through. It's a good job. I thought they were gonna call a mental hospital. Yeah, you're gonna get like sometimes those videos have or certain videos that have sensitive subject matter, they have those little bars underneath the video where it's like, if you're not feeling if you're struggling or whatever, have suicidal whatever thoughts, call this number, or you're gonna get one of those, or you're gonna get something about, oh, you saw this monster? If you saw this monster, please call this number, SCP Foundation. Or something. Who knows? Call the Ghostbusters. %, satisfaction guaranteed. Okay, I can't see it if I do it like that. Okay. Have to have it at this angle. Yeah, so Big Pen, it's not really black. It's like a really dark blue, slightly purple, but mostly a dark blue. So that would be a potential thing to think about, especially from using it with other inks. Because they're gonna appear darker. I'm gonna go see the Demon Slayer movie Saturday. Is that a new one or uh in IMAX? IMAX is a 3D thing or haven't been to the theater in a while. Last movie of the whole series. Think the manga is done? I guess they're wrapping up the anime. Unfortunately, my mom said I can't bring my boyfriend to hold, so got to go to the next best thing. Oh, your Sanemi plush. Hello, how are you today? I'm good. How are you, Jade? I'm pretty good today. Yo, hey, moron, how you doing? Also good, that's good. How long to have you been how long have I been streaming on Twitch? I actually don't know. Probably 3 years. I think. I don't know. I have Nezuko, Zenitsu, Tengen, Rengoku, Daki, Makimo, and Susumaru. Why not? Shit, what's his name? I forgot his name. I forgot his name immediately when I was about to say it, but whatever, doesn't matter. A bajillion years, yeah. How you doing, Lotus? Any less is just bad math. I'm doing okay though, legs hurts. Oh, you've been either running around a lot, or gym maybe. Tanjiro? No, I don't care about Tanjiro. Oh, let me search it. Demon Slayer characters. Giyu Tomioka. That's my favorite character from Demon Slayer. At least currently, because I've actually not even watched half of it, so who knows, that could change. Hauling logs. Can't find him. He's hiding. He is. Wow, you moved the logs to make paper and write at the source. Did hit a revision milestone though last night. Smoother sailing, not nice. I probably read your thing, like at least the portion that you sent me a month ago now. I don't know how much that portion would have been edited, or you read very little. Yeah, very little. I assume that the part you're speaking on is probably further along. Much further along than that part. Much farther in. That whole act was already done. Oh, okay. So yeah, that's like... That's an eon ago. Hate how floppy this thing is. Like, can you just stay still a little bit? Any little movement and the whole place shakes. Very annoying. Also want to see the FNAF movie, but I'll be at GalaxyCon? What is GalaxyCon? Is it about space? I'm assuming. Yeah, I don't know anything about FNAF. I only know that there's like robot bears, giant robot bears. Well, I'm just curious. Do you like art? No, I hate it. What does it look like? What does it look like? This is what I do. This is all I do here. It's Moron who likes art, and he mods the channel, so it's a very interesting place here. Um, the whole Earth shakes. Yeah, voice actors, book writers, celebrities, things like that. Oh, okay. Of like a specific thing, like sci-fi maybe? Why Galaxy? No hablo inglés. That's right. Doesn't even speak English. The word count of Act 1 is 31,715 words. Do you have a target word count, or does it not really matter for you? Target page count or word count or anything like that? Or maybe it's too early to determine, I don't know. All kinds of fandom. Okay, I see. Each character is budgeted below. Each chapter is budgeted below 12,000 words. They usually fall between 6 and 11. Other than that, no. Gotcha. I actually do custom artworks for streamers and YouTubers. Also, you're like the... what are they called? Graphics something or the other. Like that. You realize somebody accused me of being a file just because I'm older than 15? When? Where? When did that happen? Outrageous, but you are though. Gory? Gory? Today? Where? In like a Discord or something? Man, I sure hope there's no one in chat who will try selling something. Oh yeah? What makes you think that? Usually, it's just, what's it called? Whispers? I think that's what the Twitch calls it, right? You get a lot of whispers, or you get... I guess sometimes on Twitter too, you get DMs there. Gory gory. What a hell of a way to die. Where's my comment about chewing houses? Did you did you get deleted by YouTube or something? I don't see any comment. Yeah, it's weird. I got timed out because of a bot in someone else's. I mean because for essentially no reason, by an automated, I guess, mod system on Twitch. I can DM you my portfolio on Discord. Can I have your Discord tag? Who could have seen this coming? Want me to flip a coin, heads to ban, tails to keep going, or just get rid of them? Up to you. Up to you. I don't really care either way. Nothing bad that would get me arrested. I mean, it would cause property damage, but what if I was hungry? What if you ate asbestos? Is it asbestos? What if I had an old house and you ate the toxic wall components? Hey Cherry, how you doing? Hey yo, I'm sick today. Are you going to school tomorrow or are you taking a break? It's a little late, right? I'm glad. I love you. No, you don't. You're a guy. I would eat it and become Spider-Man. Oh. Okay, what? I would eat it and become Spider-Man. You would? I think you have to get bitten to become Spider-Man. What did you say to me? I think you can rewind the clip and hear it. Rewind the clip? No, rewind the stream. Yeah, I feel pretty bad. I did rest though. That's good. Hopefully you feel better soon. Like after, I guess, a while. I don't know exactly what you have, of course, but last week, no, the week before last week, whatever my nephews had, I of course have to have as well. So yeah, I hope so too. I don't think I'll be going to school tomorrow because I almost threw up. Oh, yeah, definitely take the day or two to rest. That doesn't sound good. Throwing up? I don't think I've thrown up in like 20 plus years. Yeah. And you think that I would because I would have you think that I would have because of heavy drinking, but no. I've never um thrown up. Alcohol's too expensive. Can't throw that up. The only reason I go to crazy parties is just to be surrounded by a bunch of drunk toddlers. Drunk toddlers? Is this a Diddy party? What's the... What do you mean by this? Might have a COVID, but I'm not sure. No, I mean drunk people. Okay. Drunk toddlers. The lines on it look decent. Um, I guess maybe once I get the shading, I'll make like more of a better assessment, because you can basically shade in the same way you would shade with a pencil, with a Bic pen. I guess for the people who came here not at the beginning, I should explain. I'm trying to see if I can potentially in the future use Bic pen for a manga, like exclusively Bic pen, or Bic pen and some other mediums that can work well with it. It really depends, because Bic pen's ink is oil based and it's not actually black, it's like a dark blue. So there's gonna be some considerations in that regard for what I use on top of it. Too bad if you run your hand across it, it's GG or for the whole picture. I actually don't know, cause like when this dries, it's for sure okay. Water shouldn't do anything to it, so you know, I guess maybe watercolor might be useful. I don't think I'll use it though, watercolor with this. I'll probably not use alcohol markers either, because alcohol will smudge the ink. Since it sits on top of the paper, it's an oil-based ink, right? It doesn't bleed into the fibers. So what can I use with it? Charcoal? Maybe. I know that if I use charcoal, I can't go back on top with the pen because it's going to pollute or like ruin the ballpoint. But yeah, Bic pens are really the ultimate pen. So, if they can be used, perhaps that's what I'll use. At least for certain stories, because depending on the story, I think like certain medium work better. So like, for fantasy-based settings, more natural medium will work better, like watercolors and inks. But maybe for a more sci-fi story, fine liners. And even this pen, perhaps. We'll see. But yeah. It says it's a 10mm tip, but I can get lines as fine as 0.3mm. I mean, it says it's a 1mm tip. Sorry, I think I said 10mm, but 1 millimeter tip, but I can get lines like 0.3 millimeter. Wish I was half as good as you are. Well, depending on your age, perhaps will be, because I'm not young. If that's your drawing in your profile picture, you look pretty good to me. 32? Oh, I'm also 32. Same age. You looked like you didn't need them, so I took it upon myself to bless your DMs with some ultra sparkling rare divine images you can now save in your camera roll to use in any conversation. You mean Discord? Not mine, pull off Google. Do you practice then? Or like post your art anywhere? It's a skill like any other, can be learned. You can definitely learn. Haven't drawn since high school, to be honest. I'm about to get back in. Nice. Yeah. It's fine to do that after a long time, because I think there's a lot more of a visual reference that you'll have to pull from. A lot more experiences, etc., etc. The technical aspect of it can be learned actually pretty quickly, of drawing. And then after that, like the part that I struggle with is the more expressive aspect of artwork and writing. Yeah, I'm gonna start off from the basics. Is there anything in particular that you're planning on drawing, like certain subjects, like for example, people, portraits, figures, stuff like that, or I don't know, maybe you like drawing animals or flowers, or just in general, you have an interest in all subject matter? Nothing specific interested in all. Nice. Yeah. I usually ask that because some people have a specific one. Like if they're more of an illustrative person, they'll have like a specific subject matter or like a niche. But like someone who, like a lot of people who are comics or animating, they have to learn how to draw a lot of things, basically everything. Not that people who do illustration don't have to learn things outside of their subject matter. Because like, even if you're doing pinups, you have to learn all the props and stuff and the environment that you're placing the model in. It would be cool to teach myself animation. I read a lot of books and see it play out as a movie in my head when reading, so I think it would be interesting to take what I see and create an animation of it, but that would probably be a few years. Yeah, that would take a lot. Like, animation is very, very difficult. Like, hand frame by frame drawn. But the fact that you're already like you have a visual mind, you're able to like read it, a script or a book, and interpret that visually. Apparently, people can't even do that. Like a lot of people, most people, like visualize. Apparently, that's not something people can do, which is inconceivable to people who can. But yeah. Yeah, that's an ability to choreograph and direct scenes and stuff like that. Plan to start on paper to transfer that knowledge to digital, so maybe that'll help make the animation easier. I don't know. I haven't really done too much looking into it, so I'm not there yet, or not even close to being there yet. Yeah, for me, I was doing comics digitally. I think I had the links on the Kick as well, but I don't like the digital process, so I decided to switch from digital to paper. You caught me in like an art block-ish kind of stream, but the week before I was doing a lot of ink practice for doing manga on paper. I'm gonna get those in a sec. The manga that I was making has like a lot of tree drawings, so I drew this and I'm like, it doesn't look good, like it doesn't communicate the level of forestry that I wanted, so I started to study and I got a little bit better. These are ink drawings. So now I'm getting to the point where I can do this manga comics on paper. And digitally, I've combined these two images together. So like digitally, the lion is filling up a lot of that white space, and behind, it's behind these parts. And then today I wanted to see if I could get the Bic pen to work in a nice way. It is already kind of reflective, but yeah, that's what I've been up to. This is annoying me. I need to zoom out. Is drawing a hobby? It's halfway hobby, halfway professional, because I do have commissions. Don't really get a lot of commissions yet, but like I can't live off of it, obviously. I don't think you can really live off commissions ever though. You have to have like commissions plus something else, like a art store or whatever. So yeah, complete hobby right now, or mostly hobby. Paid hobby, yeah, pretty much. Like something I was working on yesterday was a commission. Just pull it over. It was a acrylic painting. Okay, it's not gonna show very well, but and I'm nowhere close to being done here, but that's what I was working on yesterday. It's a third or number 3 of potentially 4 panels. A lot of the commissions I do though are digital, so can't show them right now because I'm on the drawing desk. I could technically switch the scenes and all of that, but that's too much work. Yeah, so this is not showing up as well as it should be. It just is, it's a lot darker in real life. I don't know why it's not showing up that. I mean, it's showing up kind of washed. What if? zoom in a bit, and that's a little better, I guess. Okay, I need to fix this. It's not looking like it should. Okay, that's a little better. An art teacher I had once said there's no mistakes in art, just details you didn't know that were supposed to be there, or something similar. I guess it depends on your philosophy. I have a lot more of a rigid, controlled idea, which coincides with my goals, right? So I think Bob Ross, is that? Yeah, Bob Ross, he's also probably more in the vein of your art teacher, who was like more free, I guess. What did he say? No mistakes, happy accidents, or something like that. Only happy accidents. Neat. Thank you, Billy. How you doing? Like, I'll give you an example of what I would say is a mistake versus, um, I guess, like an acceptable detail. So let's say I'm drawing this woman here, and accidentally a blotch of ink will deposit itself somewhere in her hair. I would be like, wow, that's stupid. That ruined the drawing. I have to get rid of that or correct it somehow. And to me, that would be non-negotiable. Someone else might say, oh, it's whatever, it's just art or whatever. And I'll be like, no. But if it were to drop somewhere on her face, I could find it to be a little bit more acceptable. Like, oh, maybe she has a beauty mark or something. And I'd be more likely to leave it be. So, it depends. She's more of a scenic painter. I'm more of a rigid type as well. Yeah, scenic, see, that makes sense because in an environment, you know, you can have splatterings of things in a field of grass and it would be like that could be a wildflower or something, right? That makes sense. Or like, you know, the way light behaves in the wild can be interesting. Perfectionist, yeah. And I'm not one of those artists that has that philosophy that perfectionism is a hindrance. I find perfectionism to be the impulse of an artist to most authentically express what they want to show people. So the frustration of perfectionism is basically you not having the techniques or the years of experience to do to express the vision that you have in your mind. But you gotta get there, right? So you don't feel any better, I don't think, by beating down the idea of a perfectionist. I don't think any perfectionist actually gets cured. I think it's just their disposition. My disposition. Exactly, 100% agreed. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. I guess I should say this too. I don't know if you have Discord or if you use Discord, but if you're like getting back into art, I do have a Discord where there's like a lot of art people and art resources. I'll probably be adding more and more resources since it's like a pretty new Discord. But you're welcome to join if you want. I don't know if the link is there for you on Kick. Yeah, use Discord. If the link isn't there, then I'll provide it for you if you're interested. The only issue with the Discord is there's a bunch of kids in it. So I had to like lock down anything with like mature subject matter or like nudity or whatever. I think Discord already kind of filters that though. Like they have an auto mod or something. Link's not there. Oh. Okay, well, I'll fetch it. Where do I go? I think I can go to... Interested? Okay. I'll fetch it for you. Where can I find it? YouTube? No. Restream maybe? I think I found it. Yeah, okay, I have it. Got a copy. And guess I need to go into the, let's see if I can get it in from here, because Restream sometimes lets you throw your chats into like specific channels that go to that website. So let's see if it lets me do that from here. Otherwise I have to log into Kick. Yeah, looks like it posted, so. My setup is really strange. I'm using like 2 computers, one to stream, and one to like monitor stream. So far my consensus or feeling of the Big Pen here is that it is viable, but obviously I'd have to draw a couple other things other than just people faces to know for sure. But if I can render essentially the same way that I render with pencil, I think I'll be able to make a manga exclusively with Big Pen eventually. First I want to do the traditional way though, of fine liners or dip pens. Thank you for the link. I'm going to stop messaging now and just enjoy the process and maybe learn something. All right, sweet. Thank you for hanging around and stuff. If you have to like lurk and stuff eventually. I think in 40 minutes I'll probably be ending. Yesterday you said how you believe in Christ. Oh, hello there, Rhinus Blumen. I'm gonna say Blumen. Yesterday you said you believe in Christ. I don't remember if you answered this, but why don't you believe in any other religions? It depends on what like you mean by believe. Do I believe that their deities existed at one point, or their theology, I guess? Like, of course I wouldn't believe in that. It's contrary. If it's contrary to like Christian teachings. You mean like why like the theology is so different, so it's hard to pinpoint what you mean by that. Like what I don't believe about them is pretty vast. But also, yeah, I guess you'll clarify it. Because like there's overlap in certain areas, and then there's contradictions that are not reconcilable, I guess. I don't know the words, let me look it up. Okay. So do you believe there are deities? Yeah, I think we talked about this yesterday. Uh, yeah, I believe that their deities did exist at one point and do exist on a spiritual level. So like when someone is praying to whatever Hindu thing, deity, I believe that they're praying, their prayers are going to that deity. And the Bible, I think, would support that. The divergence is that it's not going to save them, I guess. And then the caution is that it's going to destroy them. Yeah, I should search up the verse for you. King James Version, God, capital versus lower case. This might help you find it. Yeah, so I'm trying to find the verse, but it looks like there's a bunch of verses that say it. So now it's hard to pinpoint which verse to use because for example, when it talks about the adversary Satan, it also describes him as God, like the God of this age, but it's a lowercase God. And then when it describes the gods of the Canaanites, whether it be Baal, Beelzebub, etc., it describes them in the same way. So current image carries Final Fantasy artistry so far. Oh wait, it becomes less so when I raise the video resolution. Yeah. Oh crap. Yeah, because of the exposure setting on the camera, I can't bring it close. I have to kind of leave it that way. Yeah, if only I could draw it as fast as they draw Final Fantasy concept art. I don't know if you've seen any videos of that, but that's very high skilled, quick work. But I am testing this out to see if the pen will give me what I need. The shading I did underneath here is not good. It's not delicate enough to read as skin, so I should have been more careful with that. But like at this point, I'm just going to be shading the hair here in the same way, so I guess I'll just like outline it quickly to move on to the second drawing. So how do you know anything on the spiritual level is real? It's technically not real in the material sense. Like, okay, so how they would explain it, I think, is hypersensual or hyper reality. And then there's a concept, I'm gonna use witchcraft to explain this, of as above so below, right? So what happens in the spiritual world has a manifestation in the material world. So when there's unrest in the spiritual world, that will manifest in the material world as unrest. Could be, you know, sickness of the body, war, etc. So it's technically not real in like a measurement material sense. And then there's like, you know, the faith aspect, right? So there's a theology which tries to make sense of spirituality and quantify it in like an indirect way, but it won't actually be real in the sense like a measurable thing. As I understand it, I should say. Okay, but you could materially map out the brain perfectly, and you can, in theory, with greater knowledge of physics, perfectly understand it. So that would determine that hyper reality. That would determine that hyper reality does not influence. I'm gonna try to explain it, I guess, in another way. So let's say psychology, right? The field of psychology. And then you have the field of uh like exorcism or whatever. Because like in the spirit, for spiritual minded people, they would consider someone's mental illness, which isn't always the case, but let's say they would consider their mental illnesses or disorders to be afflictions of their spirit, which isn't always the case, right? But by addressing their traumas and generational iniquity, you can take someone out of the sin that has afflicted them, manifesting in whatever it looks like in the real world, like instability, impulsiveness, bitterness, etc. They call it deliverance in Christianity, but they'd have a different name for it in different religions. But in psychology, the explanation for that would be like breaking the cycle of abuse, or like for generational iniquity, it would be breaking the cycle of abuse. And then they'd have different ones for different. I don't know if that helped at all. But basically the concepts have a like they mirror each other kind of, I guess. So the people with autism, because their parents sinned, I think I'm more confused now. I wouldn't say autism is a mental illness. Is it considered a mental illness? I think people with autism just have I guess like it depends on how severe the autism is, but in most cases they just think differently. Like a lot of people who have like even ADHD and stuff, that's just overstimulation. They've been consuming so much of the entertainment from such a young age that their brain is like, the scientific explanation would be like a dopamine overload or something like that, right? I might have read an older book where it was clarified as that. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. The modern ideas of these things and the former conceptualization of certain behaviors. Like I believe homosexuality is considered in the past to be a disorder, right? So in the older books it would be identified in that way. autism was considered a mental illness until more recently than homosexuality was. Probably like a very specific type of autism too, right? Like they've expanded autism for like I don't even know how far they've made the spectrum now. They say it's a spectrum now. I think they're even making sexuality a spectrum now. Beautiful. Hello, IUP fan Williams. How you doing? You enjoy going outside, the school mandate spills down your throat. I'm doing good, admiring your work. Thank you. I wish I was doing something more interesting, but I'm in like an art blockish kind of stage. Which is so frustrating because I'm gonna have free time on Friday and potentially Saturday. And I want to take advantage of it, but if I can't prepare things for that, then I'm gonna be kind of in a pickle. I think I'll get it done though. I think I'll figure out what I need to prepare my assignments. To me, this sketch is interesting. Oh, well, thank you. How does a 7-day creation work though? Do you want me to read it? I'll read it. Let's see. Like, it wouldn't make sense from a material scientific thing. Like, if you're looking for that, it wouldn't make sense. You'd have to, like, to be a Christian, you'd have to what's it called? Pretty much abandon the scientific worldview. Like, I know a lot of people will go back and forth, I guess, with each other about the theology and how you know, science can inform certain parts of it and whatever, but you'll essentially have to, at some point, abandon a scientific worldview. It's kind of like saying ghosts are real. There's just no experimental evidence saying that. For me, I don't think I could believe in that. It makes sense though. Yeah, like it's so opposed, right? I see it from both angles. Like, if I were to only, I mean, if I were to like not be a Christian, a lot of the scientific worldview would make sense and explain a lot of things. But even then, just like in a theological worldview, you're still gonna have questions about this and that and whatever. Like for abiogenesis or the Big Bang. There's like theoretical basis, and then there's just problems with it. Problems with the idea of like, how does that work? Does it like happen repeatedly over and over again? How do we even know any of this? You know, it's like at some point it's just like, believe what you want, you know? Big Bang isn't really too big of a concern right now. Fundamental particles really do. Supersymmetry is more important than the idea of the Big Bang. Supersymmetry? What is that? Like the idea of the Big Bang is that like everything seems to be expanding out from a particular singularity, so there must have been a singularity at some point, right? But then supersymmetry, I don't know. Listen, I'm fascinated by what you're talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about, to be honest. Tonight I'm just trying to pass the time while I draw a little bit, because I can't figure out something to draw, like an idea. I can just Google it too, supersymmetry. Supersymmetry is a theoretical framework in physics that suggests the existence of a symmetry between particles with integers spin. Bosons. Okay, what is supersymmetry in simple terms? Predicts that each of the particles in a standard model has a partner that with a spin that differs by half of a unit. So bosons are accompanied by fermions, and okay, so these are like subatomic particles at this point, or what are these? Quantum, is it quantum physics at that point? That stuff is just well beyond. It's to a point sometimes that it just feels like, yeah, it's a little hard to explain. Sometimes it's to the point where it's like, no, the people who are even doing this don't even know what they're talking about, because it's that hard to explain, right? It's like when you say, you know, how does a computer work, and then someone says ones and zeros and yada yada yada, and it's just like, no, you didn't explain anything. That doesn't mean anything to me. I look forward to catching your streams another time. All right, have a good one. Take care. Well, actually, they do know what they're talking about, seemingly, but if it's not a useful idea, you know, I'm gonna have to wait and see. Like if it can't be put into practice. It's very useful. What do they use it for? Supersymmetry. Let's see. It's mathematical physics. Quantum field theory. Let me just Google what is a user. What is supersymmetry used for? Okay, so it has theoretical uses. It's just like, okay, what is supersymmetry used to make? It doesn't make things in the conventional way. It's a theoretical framework that predicts new undiscovered particles. Yeah, okay. Okay, so it's just, yeah, to me that's useless. That would be like the concept of God for someone who is more material minded. Like for you, it would be like, okay, that's useless. That doesn't mean anything to me. Can lead to the unification of physics. How would that, what would that produce? Like, things like maybe infinite energy or something. Anti-gravity or gravity, generating gravity. I don't know. It's like all in the sci-fi realm to me. Do you think like obviously we don't necessarily have real AI right now, commercially available at least, but if they were to ever develop like a actual artificial intelligence, do you think that would be necessary for us to develop our ideas of physics to the point of unification, or do you think human beings can do that? Or is there like a hard limit to our intelligence? Yeah, it exists everywhere already. You're probably thinking about a super intelligent AI. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. That's what I feel like is legitimate AI. What they call AI to me just feels like what's it called? Like an advanced application with like data sets and algorithm and probability equations. It's just like a tool with, it's like a search engine with advanced coding or a generator with advanced coding. Doesn't feel like super intelligent or self-aware AI. It doesn't feel like that's close at all. Well, AIs right now use neural networks, some do anyway, so it's artificially intelligent. Or, I mean, so it's artificial intelligence. I know like the neural network thing in terms of like, you know, it thinking about your like let's say you prompt a search or something. It's going to like think about it. But for me that doesn't really like for me the idea of artificial intelligence, maybe it was wrongly informed, but I've always thought of it as just like, you know, you have human being, and if it's artificial or synthetic, like a system that is essentially like a human being, except if it was like super intelligent, it wouldn't have human error, I guess. It could be more rational / logical without like, I guess it would have some bias in terms of like, you know, what's actually like a practical solution for things and whatever. But like, do you think that we need that eventually at some point? The AI uses neurons as well? Isn't neurons like a biological thing? and neurons. But they have like a biological one now? Because when they say a neural network, isn't that like just synthetic? Okay, so it's emulating neurons. I think we're a ways off. Either way, do you think that we're not going to be able to do that? To do the unification of physics thing without that, or do you think we can do it ourselves? Like, do you think humans are intelligent enough to solve these problems? Of course they have tools to help them, and AI as it exists today could be one of those tools. Or would it take like a parallel species, I guess, to transcend humanity? We need more advanced tools, you think? Even then, right? Like, let's say that we eventually do get to the point where we theoretically solve these equations and whatever. It's probably like a ways off to developing the actual materials that you'd need and engineer the mechanisms to actually implement. Because like sometimes you have in history, you have theories of this and that, and then they don't actually get applied until way later, right? Only a few years, especially when you unify physics. We're talking like 2200. When it's something like that, yeah, I feel like that's just not something for me to think about. Probably important for civilization as a whole, but oh, 2-hour mark. I'm gonna draw a little bit more and then end. I think I'll just line it, the contours, and then do some shading quickly. I got carried away. Should have stopped a while back. But obviously my issue here isn't that I can't sit down and work on something. It's that I don't have my stuff prepared to work on. So I'll probably focus on that tomorrow. I don't know. Wait, tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah. So maybe I'll take tomorrow off to prepare stuff for Friday. And that way I have a solid amount of stuff to do for Friday, Saturday. That's the plan. So yeah, whoever's still here, thanks for watching. See you when I see you. Most likely Friday, Saturday. I need some movement on projects, so that's what I'll be doing. See you.